Good evening.
Hello, everybody.
Live from Texas. Hold on, let me pull this blind closed.
Yeah, it's causing too much. Well, he's doing that to give a shout out to my mom and dad.
You
Mike
better
and
give a
Sharon.
shout out to all those folks.
I am.
Lou, Melody, Chris, Courtney,
Yes.
Jennifer.
Yes, Jennifer Foxworthy in the house, girl. How are you?
Let me see, go up here. Yeah, that's it.
Yep,
So
that's
I
it.
think that's everybody that has commented. Obviously, it looks like we've got several people following. We just lost half of our subscribers, so I'm not subscribers, followers. We had 14 when we logged on, and we hit go live, and 7 of them disappeared. So that's not a good sign. All right, Mark and Mary are here.
Mark and Mary.
All right.
Isn't this Mark's retirement month? Am I correct?
I think
March.
I think, yeah.
I think that's right.
They're there in California.
I know. Mark,
they'll be able to tell us they're here.
If I remember correctly, Mark, it's your retirement month.
Congratulations.
Whoop, whoop, yeah. And we got Eric. Hey.
All right.
Hey. Miss you guys.
Hey, Eric. Hey, Kristen. All right, now we're back to 15. I don't know what's going on. These numbers are crazy. All right. Hello, everyone. So we are, if you guys either get our newsletter or Mushi's coming. He's going to walk right on the table. You coming up here? If you get our newsletter or watched our video today, you will know. Oh, Sean's here. Mushi, say hi.
He's puzzled. He doesn't know who we're talking to.
You'll know that we have made our way east, and we are in Texas now. We are actually outside of El Paso. Okay, get him off there. They don't want to see cat butt all the time. Irene's here. Hi, / Renee.
Coral, what? From San
they're
Diego.
there. Yep. So we are in El Paso, Texas. We are at Franklin Mountain State Park. Our intention was to try to broadcast live. That's part of the reason that we moved up the start time an hour, so that we'd have some sunlight. But the wind has been crazy on and off all day long, and I have a feeling it would have run us back in the camper very quickly. So my mom's here.
Mom's from Bubba, Kitty Bubba.
All right. But yeah, we're now in Texas on our migration eastward, and we appreciate you all joining us tonight. And
hi, Lori.
We're looking forward to.
Brian.
Oh, yes. Hey, Lori. We didn't get to see Lori on the way eastward over at the Arboretum, but we were going to in the fall. But yeah, so we got here. Today's Sunday. We got here on Thursday. If you've had a chance to watch our video release today, you'll see that our travel day did not go as smoothly as we had hoped. We ran into a ton of rain in Tucson, and then our TPMS sensor started going off while we were on the interstate in New Mexico. So if you haven't got a chance, we'd love for you to check out that video. So, Carrie Cooper's here.
Hi, Carrie Cooper. Miss you.
So Michelle has. Oh, you want to say something?
Yeah. Well, and Tommy G said he likes the 7 p.m. time.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Tommy.
So yeah.
Yeah, I think this is probably going to be our new start time. I think it's a little bit better, especially for the folks in the East Coast. The 8 o'clock into the 9 o'clock hour was a little late, and we're going to try this 7 o'clock time for East Coast, 4 o'clock Pacific, and see how it works. Okay, now Marley's getting ready to go crazy, so I'm sure at some point he'll be jumping up here or playing with the cord. So yeah. Oh, Melody loves the earlier time too. Stacy's here.
Hi,
Stacy, Gary, Biscuit, and Maggie. They're in Texas. They're west of San Antonio, I think now. So so yeah, for now, we're still going to do our live events on Sundays, the first Sunday of every month, and it's going to be a new start time of 7 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to see how it goes. I think it's a little bit better, especially it'll give us a chance to maybe broadcast live outside a little bit more as the days get longer. But we are also going to be going to a new time zone. We're currently in Mountain Time Zone, and we're going to be spending a couple months in Central, and then we'll be back on East Coast time when we get back to the Midwest as well. So, all right, Michelle has made her notes, and we will let her start with whatever she wants to start with on your list.
Well, we left Yuma, the LTVA where we were staying at, which most of you probably already know if you've been keeping up with everything.
Come on, sweetie.
And Yuma is at 174 feet of elevation.
178, something like
178, that, somewhere around there. And we get here to El Paso, and we're at 5,000.
Yeah, 5,200.
5,000 plus feet of elevation. So I didn't really realize we were gaining elevation during the drive. It's not like we were going up mountains or anything.
We were. She just wasn't paying attention. I was driving.
Well, I was.
She was riding around like a passenger princess in the back seat.
But I just didn't really feel that we were gaining elevation.
It was slow.
The last 2 days, my nose has been really dry, so I feel like I'm getting kind of acclimated to it again. So, and just real briefly, we want to just say a brief. Our friends lost an important person in their life. Our friends Rob and Dawn Rob lost his father recently, and they're on their way out to their home state. So we just want to give them our deepest condolences, and we're thinking about them. So.
That's your list?
No, you can continue. You can continue. I'm going to stop or I'll cry.
All right. So we are going to be in Texas for the next few months. As many of you know, and especially if you've been checking in on the live events and our newsletter, we have decided we're going to do some gate guarding for the oil fields here in Texas. And tomorrow is a big day for this process. The company we're working for, well, the whole state, licensing board requires fingerprints and I believe a drug screen. And we have not been able to get those in the last 3 or 4 months since we started planning this crazy idea. And so the closest place for us to do it is in El Paso. So we're actually headed tomorrow to do our urine screens and our fingerprints. And then we'll be back in touch with the staff there and kind of have a definitive what day we plan to arrive at our work site. We believe that our job will start on March 15th or 16th. And I guess it is a way to there's the possibility for us to arrive a few days early and stay on the platform or wherever it is that we're going to be situated while we're doing the gate guarding. So we don't know exactly where we're headed from here. We do know that we have to be leaving the state park here on March 7th. And so we were going to be leaving on Thursday. We may or may not go directly to the gate guarding location, or we may stop at somewhere in between. It's about a 5.5 hour drive based on Google, which means it's probably like a 7-hour drive. And I'm kind of done doing those. We had to do 2 of them on the way here, and I need kind of a break, even though we're going to be sitting for 4 to 6 weeks. So. Tommy G says, let me go this. On the way down to El Paso, did you happen to notice La Cruces in New Mexico? It's an absolutely beautiful little city, 25 minutes north. Yeah, we actually drove through that, Tommy. We originally were going to stay in a boondocking area outside Las Cruces, but from the reviews that we could find on Campendium, I wasn't really sure that there were enough sites if we got into a pinch, and it's not really clear. They haven't been updated in a while, so I'm not sure if there were, any more recent reviews that I couldn't find. I did a video review or video search for them and couldn't find anything. So we just opted to stay here at the state park. It's a boondocking state. It's a boondocking spot, and Texas charges $5 per day per person for kind of day use. Even though we're staying at the campground, we still have to pay that. So it ends up being like, I think $25 or $26 per night for us to stay here, but it gave us a place to kind of go directly to our fingerprinting place and stuff from here. So Jennifer says, gate guarding. Jennifer, you must not be part of the newsletter. Send us an email, the Wandering Shores 2020 at Gmail.
Get on our newsletter, sister.
We will, we update everybody in more real-time facts.
But RV Vision Nomadic Living answered her very nicely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. Thanks, Sean.
And that's what we'll be doing.
Yeah. So we're going to be, we're not armed,
yeah, we won't have
authorities or anything like that. We're checking people in as they come into, they're drilling a brand new oil rig, and we're going to be there kind of checking the trucks and the staff in and out. It's a 24-hour gate, so it means that we're going to be working opposite shifts. We haven't laid out exactly what the plan is, but I think I'm probably going to work from like 10 p to 10 a so that Michelle has time in the morning to get her stuff done for her, other job.
And I can work my job off and on. The mornings I just need free for the occasional video meeting, things like that, meeting with the client. So, but those are typically done first thing in the morning. So
starting March 15th, I will be turning my phone off during the day when I'm trying to sleep so that it's not going ding, 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 ding and waking me up when I'm trying to stay up, overnight.
So, yeah, I mean, if you want, feel free to text me and I could just keep a list of anything, I would need to relay to Kyle. I'd be happy to do that.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. While
you're welcome. Go back up a minute. We've got Jim Roberts from the Del Mar Fairgrounds in San Diego.
The whole crew's over there in San Diego.
Shout out to the crew for having watching us last month live. They all gathered in one Class A and ate dinner together and watched our live.
Yeah.
And then the next day they went on a hike and they were emulating their best Wandering Shores skills. They videotaped their hike and sent us several video clips of it. It was so great. And they even named them. They gave themselves a separate name. They're part of the Wander Squad, but then they called themselves.
I don't remember.
The side pieces.
No, the side pieces. Yeah, that's what it was.
I don't know where that came from, but yeah, the side pieces.
Irene, you are right. Paying for camping when we 99% of the time don't pay is not fun, but we're hoping to make that money back here pretty quickly. When we get to our gate guarding location. So,
gate guarding.
Yes. So one of the things that we've got planned, I guess we'll kind of outline what our plans are from here moving forward for the rest of the year. We are going to be gate guarding till around the end of April, and then we're going to hightail it back up to Indiana to see our friends and family. I looked the other day on the map, and it looks like it's about a 1,200-mile drive from where we're going to be up to Indianapolis. And so I'm not exactly sure how quickly we're going to do that. I'm the only one that drives, so driving long 8-hour days, it really gets stressful, and it really takes it out of you. So we're probably going to take 4 or 5 days to get up there, with some overnight stops in different locations along the way, but that's the plan. We will be in Indiana for about a month and a half, and then sometime mid-June we are going to start heading back west, and we're going to go towards South Dakota. Ultimately, we are planning to attend a convergence or an escapers bash or escapers convergence in Sturgis at the end of June. And a lot of our friends are going to be there that we've met throughout our travels on the road. And we were able to finally get tickets. In this week's video, we shared that at first we were failing miserably. The wheel for the website was just spinning for like a half an hour, and we figured it would all be sold out. Turned out it was not. And we actually did get tickets about a half an hour later. And so we are excited to.
And they still have tickets available.
Yeah, not many though. And that was posted like 4 days ago. So
yeah.
So I don't know if they have it. Thanks, Tommy. He said great video. Appreciate it. So, and Sean, you are right. Eastbound and Down is from Smoking the Bandit, and that's why I put not Clint Eastwood, Burt Reynolds on the little thumbnail I created. But there's also a TV series that was on HBO called Eastbound and Down about Major League and minor league baseball. And if anybody has ever seen that, you will know that that is probably one of the funniest series that's ever been on TV. I mean, it's not Schitt's Creek funny, but it's close.
It was one of your favorites.
Yeah, it was fantastic. A lot of the comedy and stuff that was in it now probably would not go over real well with the environment that we now live in, with some of the jokes that were in it. But it was a great show, Eastbound and Down. So if you're looking for something and want to be entertained, even though it's about baseball, it's about all kinds of other stuff too. So
Jen Foxworthy. So while we're home in Indiana, we'll have to hook up for sure and meet up.
And then after Sturgis in the beginning of July, we're not 100% sure what we're doing then. As I said, a lot of our friends are going to be there, and I know they've got some things they want to see either before or after, and I don't know if that's all been hammered out. Now Mushi's coming up here again.
He just loves you guys.
Yeah, he hardly ever comes up here.
Wonder Squad.
And so, but I think we'll probably be heading back towards Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho for several of the months in the fall. And then we will be migrating eventually south again. I think our plan this year is to arrive back in Arizona, Yuma area a little bit later than we did this year. We got there a little early as far as the heat was concerned.
Pretty hot, yeah.
And it also makes it for a very long kind of stationary time. And
long winter season.
Chris and Courtney over at Amputee Adventures know all about that because they've been sitting in that spot since Halloween night. I think it was October 31st, and they're not leaving until like 2 more weeks. So they've been sitting stationary for a long, long time. So we got a break when we went to Phoenix and visited with Rick and Teresa, and then when I went back to Cleveland to see my family.
And then when we went to Lake Havasu and Quartzsite, we got a break from there too.
Yep. All right. So that's that. I don't know if you guys have had a chance on our Facebook and our Instagram page, as well as on our newsletter. We shared Nomadic Habits. They had asked us to be part of their Inspiring Nomads question answer, if you will, on their blog post.
They have a great blog.
Yeah. So if you haven't had a chance to check that out, I really encourage you to check out their YouTube page as well. In the newsletter today, I shared that link. Allie and Zach were in a extremely terrifying situation with a tornado. It's probably been about a year ago, maybe a little bit over that. So they did an amazing job in the middle of everything, unlike I tend to do. When the shit's hitting the fan, I don't necessarily want to get the camera out, but they did as they're running and hiding from the tornado with them and their 2 dogs. So really an interesting video to check out over on Nomadic Habits YouTube page. So
yeah.
Irene is asking a question that is directed at Michelle. So I'll let her, that's actually on our list.
That was on our list.
We will let her give you an update on what's going on, and
I'll try to keep it brief. Sometimes I do like to talk. So I have found that on the road, it's hard to teach. I don't want to store a bunch of teaching materials, and I need the curriculum given to me on a platform. I need something to go from because I don't have anything. Well, so I've been real picky about any tutoring jobs that I would apply for. So I really haven't applied for any in 2 years. Until recently, I came across one and I went to their website and it was very clear that they have a platform that tutors teach from and you're provided access to it. And that's how you do your lessons. And I thought, well, this sounds really perfect and exactly what I want. So I sent my resume, my cover letter, and then they said, oh, this is fantastic. The next step is to do a 5-minute video interview where it was just me. No one was asking me the questions. The question showed up on the screen. I videotaped myself saying it, and I did that like with 5 different questions. Got an email back immediately saying, oh, this is great. Let's now, why don't you sign up for a 5-minute mock lesson, and you'll meet with one of our tutors and you'll teach a 5-minute mock lesson. I'm like, okay, great. So I was really feeling my creative juices and everything, and it felt really good because
she kicked me out of the RV when she did this.
I said, now when I have to do this, you need to be out of the RV, and he did. But so I did it. 5 minutes is hard because you just don't know what they're looking for. And I didn't even get close to completing the lesson, which is fine. She said it happens all the time. And, I told her my availability, and I told her also that I would not be available the whole month of April. I would be available in May. And just because I can't tutor even just one student while I'm gate guarding for the month. So I waited a couple days and I kept looking at my email, hoping to see an email from them. Didn't get one, but on like the 3rd or 4th day, I got the email and it's a no-go. I didn't get it. I didn't get the job. So I was bummed. I have to tell you, I was disappointed. This was the type of job that I had been looking for, where I wouldn't have to create a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I'm open to creating a few things and using a whiteboard, but a couple things that might have been against me, not being available in April, especially if they need tutors right away, and quite possibly my background. I don't have we have our projection screen, but I don't have a screen where even like a decent wall that's like a bulletin board where I can put up teachery decorations. Now I could do a virtual background, but I don't even know if they would have wanted that. But it is what it is, and the timing just wasn't right. So if I see them come across LinkedIn with needing tutors down the road, I might hit them back up. So yeah, that's the story in a nutshell. It's just not the right time. Hopefully that wasn't too long-winded. Yes, I was disappointed. What?
Well, that's it. I told her, listen, we've all been, rejected from jobs.
But... Yeah. Well, and I'm still working my project management job.
Yeah, it's not like she doesn't have a job.
But I want to use my creative side, and my creative side is teaching and writing lesson plans, things like that. So down the road, possibly down the road.
One of the things too that has kind of transpired, I don't even think we talked about it too much in any of the videos, but as many of you guys know, before we hit the road, I had been working for Appen and doing AI type research and stuff like that for them. And one of the things that has transpired is that job, I guess I got fired, if that's what you want to put it as. So what happened was I consulted with our CPA, and she recommended that I utilize our LLC to get paid under for several different reasons from that job. And so when I began the process of updating my tax documents through the system that Appen uses to pay us, they shut me down. They basically closed my account. They said they can't open it back up. It was a train wreck. I still had pending invoices in Appen that I hadn't been paid on. And so Payoneer is the company that they use to pay. And they basically just said, hey, this, it looks like money laundering. They didn't say that, but they thought, they sent me this thing that said I violated the terms of service. I don't know if it's because I didn't have a business account and I was doing it as a personal account, but long story short, they ended up not allowing me to have access to their payroll system anymore. And Appen said, well, if we can't pay you, then we can't have you working for us. And so I made arrangements with Appen directly to get that last invoice paid out, which took an act of Congress. And on the day they were doing that, Payoneer sends me an email saying, hey, sorry, we didn't mean to shut you down. We've reopened your Payoneer account. So I reached back out to Appen and said, hey, I know you fired me, but it turns out that Payoneer is going to let me get paid now. Can I have my job back? And basically they said no. I don't know if it was because I had, submitted too many tickets on trying to get them to resolve the issue for me. Their system's a little outdated, and sometimes they don't get back to you on service tickets when you submit them, and they don't respond back, or they give you some ambiguous answer. They always paid me on time and all of that, but their customer service side of things is not always fantastic. As several of the people who are probably watching may know, I know that, Courtney's had some experience working with Appen, as well as Sean and Matthew over at Broken Dreams Reborn. And it's a bit frustrating sometimes because their system is not very user-friendly. So I got to scroll down. It's
Chasing Our Sunshine.
Joel and Deb. Yeah. Hey, guys. Yes, we did make it safe to Texas. So that's one of the other things that has kind of gone on behind the scenes, is that Appen money has evaporated. Now, obviously, we've got an opportunity to make some good money here, gate guarding, to kind of help supplement the loss of that income. But Michelle also, had just she's, got some free time and figured if she can make a few extra dollars doing some tutoring, then she might as well give it a go. But unfortunately, this job just didn't turn out for her. But there'll be other ones on there. I'm sure there's other, if any of you guys know of online tutor positions that provide the materials to teach with, please send us an email.
Yeah, let me know.
Drop us a message on any of the social medias, because that would be helpful. If any of you work for any of those and can get a referral bonus or something, make sure you send us our link. We're more than happy to, to help send some extra benefit to you as well.
Yeah.
So we wanted to say also, we probably should have said this up front, we've had an influx in newsletter signups. So thank you very much. I don't know how many of you watching tonight are new to our channel or new to the newsletter, but we really appreciate it. You Are Home Realty says, fortunately, you got the Texas gig. It all worked out. We did. Yes.
It will all work out.
Yeah. Yep, yes, exactly.
We're glad we got the gig.
Yeah. But we've had a lot of people sign up for the newsletter over the last couple months, so we really, really appreciate that. That's Karen and Mike. I didn't recognize that name.
I didn't either.
I just thought, we got a realty company looking for us or watching us. So,
and Renee said I should write homeschool curriculum. I've never written curriculum. I've just taught curriculum. I mean, I could look into it.
Yeah. I've never even thought of that or heard of that. So it might be an idea.
Great idea.
So, also, one of the things that has been going on is we have had a significant boost in subscribers over on YouTube. So I'm thinking some of you might have been in that new batch of people following us. We are closing in on 5,000 subscribers, which is absolutely unbelievable. I remember putting out a post when we were at 99, just hoping that we were going to hit 100 at some point early in our days of travel. So the fact that we're closing in on 5K is absolutely amazing, and we really, really appreciate it. And, a lot of you, especially, I mean, I see the names rolling through here. I know a lot of you have been with us since the early days of the Wander Squad, before it even had a name.
Yeah.
And, we always appreciate the support. Tommy, Oh, what'd you say?
Born Again RN.
Oh, that's Steve
We
Christie.
might be here when we're 100, but that might be pushing it though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said.
Oh, it disappeared.
Oh, it disappeared.
Oh, there it is.
What are the post RV wandering shores plans in the future? So when we're done traveling, or will we enjoy the wandering shores at 100? Yeah, I don't think we'll be traveling in our 90s.
Maybe. We don't really have any plans yet, Steve.
Yeah.
You know, as we started out in 2020, we planned on, probably doing this for 2 years. About a year in, we decided that we were having too much fun and there was still too much to see. So we extended that 2-year plan to be a 5-year plan. We're closing in on our 4th year in September, and we've now just erased the time frame altogether. I really don't know when we would be coming off the road unless something significantly changed. And although we've been on the road for 4 years, there's thousands and thousands of places that are still on my map that we haven't been to. And we're looking forward to going to. So we don't know that just yet, but for now, indefinitely, we'll be broadcasting our lives, I would assume.
Yeah.
Tommy G, I take Spanish lessons on a platform called Preply. Oh, have you heard of that one?
Yeah, that's what Courtney teaches for as well. Yes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's the
Tommy
one.
G, I have heard of Preply. I do have a friend that she's actually a tutor on there.
She's probably watching right now.
I would have to probably get my ESL certificate, I believe. Yeah. Which I haven't really done a whole lot looking into that.
Oh yeah, there's Chris also posted about it too.
Yeah, but I would have to look more into that before looking into getting a tutoring job because I don't have that certificate. But great, thanks for the idea.
Yeah. Sean, thanks for the shout out. Yes, we would really appreciate it if everybody would just hit the little like button. That'll let YouTube know, hey, we kind of like these folks.
Yes, please do.
So in last week's video, many of you saw that we have finally replaced the window decal on the back of the camper. I think I had a few of you scared that we were either getting a new camper or coming off the road when we shared a video of me taking the other decal off. This has been it's been a love-hate relationship with these decals. So when we first hit the road, or before we hit the road, I had bought this large decal that covered the entire 2 windows that is back there. And it was one of the perforated decals that allows you to look out, but people can't really look in. And I put it on myself, and it was a train wreck. It was, even though it has a million holes in it, it still was all bubbled up and everything. Well, thanks for the support.
You have to order another one?
Yeah, and so I ordered another one, and then we took it to the professionals. We took it to the professionals there in Indianapolis that do car wraps and stuff, and had them put it on. And I wasn't even out there I went inside to pay
minutes,
and they were done in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, this can't be as hard as I imagined. So that one started to, over the last 3 years, started to peel up on the edges, and it was just starting to look kind of tattered. So I ordered a new decal, but I didn't order the perforated kind. I just ordered a regular vinyl decal that was just our logo. And then became the issue of getting it on there, but the window is not split 50-50. It's more like 60-40. And so figuring out what is centered on the window and where that falls on the decal. And before you knew it, I had sliced the decal in half and put one half on. And in doing that, I stretched it too tight because I had to keep taking it on and off.
And I didn't get any of this on video, but I've learned my lesson. I'm going to video even if he is cranky and grumpy because something's not going right.
That's not true. But so eventually, when I finally did get it on there, the letters didn't match up. Half of the circle was longer than the other half, and so I ordered another one. But this time, I ordered just the logo in a perforation. And our friends Jesse and Melissa from Adventure Endeavor happened to stop over, and Jesse used to do this professionally. And so he gave me some tips. And so when I got the new one, I had a little new boost of confidence. And, you know, before you know it, we actually got this one on. I sliced it after it was on the window, which he had suggested. I was fearful that the gap between the windows was going to make it look ridiculous. And I didn't want it saying the Wandering Whores, because if it had been just right, the S might have been all screwed up on it. But luckily it wasn't. It was kind of between the H and the S. So it still makes sense. And we are not the Wandering Whores. So we are excited to have the new decal on there.
Yes, it's been doing well.
Yeah. Steve, is there any continental state that we have not been?
Shores have not been
to? Well,
they're all like in the
center. But we've been to most of those states. We just haven't been there in this camper.
Well, true.
So welcome, Marley. No, Kansas? I've been to Kansas.
Okay.
So the answer to the question is, as RV travelers, there's a lot in the center part of the country, some of which we will hit on our way back to Indiana. The rule is we have to stay one night in the state in order to kind of check it off our list.
And put it on our map.
And
we have a sticker map outside.
There's only 2 states in the nation that I have not been to, Hawaii and Arkansas. I don't know why Arkansas, just never really had a reason to go there, and we haven't driven through or anything. So, but yeah, we're currently sitting, I think, still on 22 of the 48 contiguous states since we hit the road in this RV, which is the map that we're updating on a regular basis. So, yeah.
Question.
So Irene says she can't believe I'm cranky. I agree. And Chris says it does not compete with Chris being cranky. Yeah,
that's true. That's a good point. Kyle cranky and Chris cranky. Don't know who's worse.
Yeah, no, Chris. I'll say it. Chris knows he's worse. He gets more cranky than I do. So next on our list, what did we do yesterday, Michelle?
Oh, we went on our hike here at the state park. They've got several hikes here. We went on the...
Here, I'll show you all the hikes.
Yeah. We went on the Upper Sunset to the Lower Sunset Loop.
Yeah.
And it was about 7 miles? 7.5 miles. Completely open. No shade.
Not a single tree to be found.
No tree. And even the southwestern plants are all like dead during this time of year. There are like the trenches for water, that's all dried up. So there was no water. So basically there wasn't anything really that you were hiking toward to see, which was kind of weird. So I just felt like I was just walking and like just going out for a fitness walk, because it was just walk. There was really nothing to look at, which was fine.
But there was 1,400 feet of elevation gain throughout the trail.
Yeah, very rocky trail.
Yeah.
It was a moderate trail, some climbing. Yeah, so it was a tough one. We didn't really run into anybody till the end, right?
Yeah. The people we ran into were doing a short little loop that was kind of the end part of our trail.
Yeah.
But we did film it, so you'll get a chance to kind of see what it looks like.
But I've been dragging today. I'm pooped.
Well, yeah, and we've been at such low elevation for the last 4 or 5 months and haven't really been hiking a whole lot. And so, a 7.5 mile hike with, 1,400 feet of elevation gain it can really take it out of you. See, she's still tired, and she's taken like 2 naps. She got up this morning and then went back to bed, and then got out of bed later at like 10.
Back that up.
She took another nap.
We get back from the hike. I slept right away.
Another nap.
I was like, I'm going to lay down. And then I was worried I wouldn't be able to sleep last night. I slept like a rock last night. And then got up about, 6 this morning.
Yeah.
Fed the cats at 7 and then went back to bed until 10. I told you I was tired.
And then I think you took a nap this afternoon, didn't you?
No, I did not take one this afternoon. Thanks, Irene. Thank you. She says I'm beautiful.
Oh.
It's all the sleep.
Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. So let's see. If you guys have questions, like some Steve and some of those have folks have been putting. Please put them in the comment section. We'll love to answer them. So we got rid of taking care of the hike. What's this?
Oh, that was the job. The tariff.
Oh, is that the name of the job? Oh, okay.
I think we went through everything.
Well, you didn't share that, we almost perished in an earthquake.
Right. Yeah, we got woken up one night. Our alarms were it was like an Amber Alert alarm that you get on your cell phone. And that's what I thought at first.
It was like 2:00 in the morning when we were over in Yuma.
Yeah, we were at the LTVA. I looked at my phone. I actually read it, and it said it was an earthquake alert, that an earthquake had been detected in your area. And I mean, I didn't feel anything. That's not what woke me up. My alarm woke me up from the earthquake alarm. But then I laid there after we both turned our phones off. And since our bed is a rear slide, I did feel it kind of shake from side to side ever so slightly. And I asked Kyle, I said, "Did you feel that?" And he goes, "No." And then I laid there a minute again, and it did it again.
Yeah, this was about a month ago, and
then I fell asleep.
The earthquake was centered around El Centro, California, on the Mexico border, kind of between San Diego and Yuma. So we were probably about maybe 2 hours away from it, as you would drive. So it was an earthquake, and it was all over the news, and I guess there were several aftershocks, but we did not see them. Irene said, yeah, their door popped open, so there definitely was some movement there where we were. I think we were in one earthquake that happened in Indiana.
We were. Mm-hmm. Because we were on the couch.
Yeah,
I remember that.
I didn't know what was going on.
I thought you were moving the couch.
Were we in the cabin, or were we?
No, we were in the Sticks and Bricks house.
In the house,
yeah. Well, Steve Christie says it was probably you snoring.
No, I don't snore.
I snore on occasion.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody does, right?
Yeah, Chris.
Am I right?
Yeah, Chris said he didn't feel it when the earthquake happened too. So, okay, so let's see. Is that it? Oh, okay. Well, if anybody's got any questions, we'll be happy to answer them. We really appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Yeah. We're up to 40 people. That's insanity.
That's so great.
That's fantastic. So, again, if you have not, hold on, I hit the wrong button. Give me 1 second, folks. Save. If you have not signed up for the newsletter, you can just send us an email. I'll be happy to add you to the list.
I won't name any names, but her first name's Jen.
Oh, I didn't know what you're talking about. So, if you haven't had a chance, we'd love you to check out our video from earlier today on our adventures during the process of heading east. One of the other things that we've been doing, I guess we can share with all of you insiders, is that we have been filming the gate guarding process since early in December, when we got this idea from our friends Joseph and Kaylin over at Open Roading. And so we've got a sequential video series that's going to be coming out. I don't know how many videos it's going to be. Obviously, we're going to be stationary at this gate guarding job for about 2 months. So there's going to be several videos about that and what the job entails and what we're doing on a day-to-day basis and things like that. But we have filmed some segments of it to utilize for kind of the initial video sharing with everybody about this plan that we had back in December and what has now turned into. And that should be coming out pretty soon. Oh, hold on. I just lost all the, give me 1 sec. Okay. No questions. Just wanted to say hi and thank Courtney up and our for the 2 lives in class act, folks. Thank you. Can you explain could you explain the name for a potluck, Michelle?
Oh, thanks. Well, first of all, thanks, Jen, for signing up. Yay!
Oh, okay.
She said she did it. It's done. Can you explain the name for a potluck? Explain the name.
You're pitching.
Yeah, pitching.
It's not a real
Everybody pitches in a dish.
No, see this. Okay, so as you guys know, in our one video, we talked about whether it was called a potluck or a pitch-in. It was a landslide victory for potluck. It was. And I realize now that not all of Indiana calls it a pitch-in. It's literally like just Anderson, Indiana, where Michelle worked for 20 years. Those are the only folks in the entire world that call it a pitch-in. And she had me reprogrammed. Well, I have broken the cycle. It is back to potluck. And
potluck. I guess I just can't get into potluck because you're not really taking a pot. I mean, you're taking
you are. That's how it started. You're taking
Everybody
a dish,
pitches
and it's all a matter of luck on what you're going to get. Some of the stuff's going to be good, and some of it's not going to be good.
Yeah.
But if Irene makes it, it'll be good because everything she made for our potlucks was really good.
Yeah.
So, Mary Ann says, "What do you suggest for first-time boondockers to Texas coming from Reno, Nevada?" Oh, Mary Ann, I'm going to share some bad news with you. Texas is not very boondocking friendly. If you're talking specifically about free campsites, you're really going to struggle with finding it in Texas. This is what happened to us when we first hit the road back in 2020, and then by I think February of 21, we were in Texas. Now, I will say there is several free camping spaces down like by Corpus Christi and in the southern part of Texas. But when it comes to most of the state, there is very, very limited boondocking. We have searched high and low. In preparation for going to our gate guarding job, I was looking on Campendium for potential free spots between here and there, and there's like maybe one of them, and it has not very good reviews. So you're probably going to run into some trouble. Lou and Melody over at Living Our Dream Now. I don't know. You can comment. Oh, Melody says, oh, she's talking about something else. I don't know if Lou's got a playlist for Texas. I don't remember if you guys have hit Texas with your, oh yeah, the wind's blowing like crazy again. If you guys have hit Texas with your campsite reviews, but Marianne, you might want to check that out. Check out Living Our Dream Now, Lou and Melody's channel. They may have some, but Texas is not overly abundant with free camping. But I would check on Campendium and freecampsites.net. However, if you guys are here, you probably have seen some of Lou's posts and realize that Campendium is now getting absorbed into Road Trippers, and Thor or Togo RV is going to be integrating a lot of their originally independent camping related websites into one, which is going to be Road Trippers. I am not super confident this is going to go well, but you just never know. I went and did a test of a location that I know very well on Campendium. We've done a video review of it. We've been there twice, called Madden Peak, which is outside of kind of Durango, Colorado. And when you go to Road Trippers, the location is in there twice and there's not a single review. Now, it's possible that Campendium has not merged all that data over to Road Trippers yet. We haven't got the word that has happened, but we'll see. Push comes to shove if it ends up happening. But I'm not super confident. I think they are probably going to ruin a good thing. Road Trippers has its purpose, and it's a great routing option if you're trying to find find an RV trip or see what the sites are to see in between. But when it comes to Campendium and the type of information that's on there being transferred over to Road Trippers, I'm just not real confident with the quality of the stuff that we're going to get, but I could be wrong. But yeah, check Campendium and freecampsites.net. Marianne says, what does gate guarding mean? So, Marianne, what we will be doing is we will be parked in our RV on a oil drilling area, and we will be checking vehicles in and out as they come and go throughout the day. They can come 24 hours a day. In exchange for that, the gate guarding company pulls up a big trailer, and it provides us with water, sewer, electricity,
and lights. There'll be
and lights.
Security lights.
Yeah, security lights. And then they pay us. In this case, most of the jobs are all the same, but This particular one, company that we're working for this job coming up, pays $200 a day. But you're also on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for whatever extended period of time that you're going to be there. So, you know, we're not like guarding Fort Knox or anything. We're checking people in, but we need our private security license to do the gate guarding in the state of Texas. So, let's see. I'm just scrolling here. Okay.
Jen Foxworthy, another vote for Pigeon.
Yeah, but that's because she's from your area.
That's right. We're like this.
Sean says, I've never heard it be called a pigeon. We're coming to Waco to see the limited,
see the limited boondocking.
Oh, yeah. Irene and Ron are going to be coming down this direction also for the eclipse. I looked on the map, and it turns out we are not going to be in our boondocking or in our gate guarding location. We are not going to be in the 100% coverage area, unfortunately. So we are going to miss that. Sean, boondocking was the term coined by Bob Livingston 30 years ago. He was editor of Oh, okay. See, Sean knows all kinds of stuff. Wow. Your dad, truth in fact, more people call it a pitch-in than you are aware of potluck or pitch-in. They are both very good.
Yeah, there probably are. I bet it's 50-50.
Our watchers say potluck, other than your family and your friends.
We know what's right.
Let's see.
My cat looks stoned. Yeah, he's in his relaxed mode.
Yeah, that's Mushi there. Chanel's up here just chilling. She's keeping an eye on things.
Well, dinner time's in 9 minutes, so they're keeping an eye on me.
Oh, all right, good. Lou says our playlist has a lot of Texas locations. Great. Good. I remembered seeing a couple of them. I remember the one that was at right near the lake too. But yeah, so go and check out Lou and Melody over there and see. I probably need to go because I think maybe I missed some of them because we weren't really boondocking when we came through here the first time. So
yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to wrap things up and say thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. We will be back on, it'll be like April 8th or something. It looks like I can't see April's calendar, but it'll be the first Sunday in April.
And we'll be working.
Oh yeah, that'll be entertaining.
We'll be working. It'll still be my shift.
Yeah, it'll be her shift. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to get up early, but I'll do it for you guys. So thanks everyone. Oh. See, we bet it was 98-2 from potluck to pitching. Thank you. Thank you, Joel and Deb.
Thank you, Jen.
All right.
We'll be safe.
Bye guys.
Love you.
Thank you.